We're still doing that roofing job in Garibaldi Street. I'd hate to think I'd rearrange my muscles for nothing.
We are. That's if you think you can hold your weight.
Ah, that's not nice, boss. Hey, listen, I'll tell you what. You come and give us a hand, and then I won't feel me pride here so much.
Yeah, mate. This is what's known throughout the trade as a wage packet. Even got your name on.
You're a gent, boss.
Something of a collector's item for you, isn't it?
Hey, hang on.
What's the matter?
You've sure changed us again.
No, that's what we agreed. Less tax and insurance.
What, as much as that again?
Well, where the hell do you think they find the money from to pay fellas like you and your mates when you're out of work?
Isn't it marvellous? Here's me trying to do an honest job, and I end up keeping layabouts like monkey on the lap of flaming luxury.
Join the club, mate.
Oh, flaming neck. Oh, that was bound to happen, wasn't it?
It's been on the blink for weeks. You must have had it since the flood.
That's no reason for it packing it in at this time in the morning, is it?
If you want to know what time it is, it's time you weren't here.
Now to do with the time. It's just that if I miss me Terry Bogan in the morning, I feel deprived.
I'll tell him next time I see you.
Here, you wouldn't like to pop upstairs and get me yours, would you?
Mine? You've never stopped telling me to turn it off since I moved here.
Yes, at midnight. I'll go on telling you. But this time in the morning's different, isn't
right. I hate to see a fellow mortal suffering.
Oh, flipping heck, that's all I needed. Radio on the brink, and she coming down looking like she spent the night under the viaduct. Why don't you make an effort in the morning like we do?
I mean, like you sometimes do.
Oh.
Is that my magazine?
Yeah? I were only looking at
Have
it.
you tried asking?
You know what you can do with your rotten magazine.
The same as I can do with me fellas, I suppose. Well, you needn't worry. It's the last time I do out for you. You made a right fool of me, you did.
That's nothing to what you were trying to make me.
Is this a private argument, or can anybody
No,
join
it's
it?
all yours. I'm going.
Hey, what about my radio? And what was all that in, Ada? Look, I'm not daft, you know. It was something that happened last night, wasn't it? You didn't come back together, did you?
Well, how would you feel if you set up a forceman, your mate walked out on you?
Ah, listen, you're not going to get any sympathy from me on that score. None at all. You shouldn't have tried to drag Gail into that scene. She's not that sort of a girl.
No one got hurt, did they?
No, well, you're not exactly full of the joys of spring, either of you, this morning. What did happen last night?
Aren't you late for work?
All right, suit yourself.
Is that it?
What's up? Don't tell me you're scared of heights.
No, danger. Come on, get your muscles working.
Hey, hang on. We'd better tell her we're here, haven't we?
Oh, suit yourself. Curb your enthusiasm, Yates.
Oh, hello, Mr. Fairfield.
Good morning, love. We're just telling you we're starting on the roof any minute now.
All right, thanks very much. And if there's aught you want, let us know.
That isn't toast I can smell, is it?
I was just going to have me breakfast. Here, you wouldn't like a cup of tea, would you, before you start?
Oh, that would be very nice, love, ta.
Won't be a second, kettle has boiled.
What happened to all that flaming enthusiasm you were talking about?
Now then, Leonard, don't get worked up. You know it's bad for you.
Can't find my dinner, ma'am.
Hey?
My butty's on it already.
Oh, heck, I'm sorry, love, I forgot. You know, I've had that much on my mind this morning. I can't find half my things. Can't you get something out for once, love?
Suppose I'll have to, won't I?
It's bad for you anyway, too much bread.
Well, you try telling me stomach that at 12:30.
Oh, so you decided to show your face this morning, have you? I thought you were taking time off to give us hand in here.
What? Well, I have to shave me of a morning now, don't I?
Yeah, but you don't have to take flipping newspaper with you, do you?
See ya. If I don't die malnutrition before 5:30.
Oh, no danger. It's all right.
Malnutrition, him.
I forgot to do his butties, didn't I?
Hey, what's up with him these days? Do you know what? He's hardly said 2 words to me.
Do you know what, Bert? Come to think of it, he's hardly spoke to me either, not since that Gail Potter gave him elbow.
Aye. Oh, well, the sooner he gets back with her, the better it'll be as far as I'm concerned, you know what I mean? I think I preferred him as he was.
Well, look, Bert, you talk to him about it, not me. Look, if you want to make yourself useful, come and grab hold of this and hold it against this wall for me.
What for?
Because it's cheaper than buying a picture hook, isn't it, you daft bat? I want to see what it looks like.
It looks all right to me.
Bert, the wall.
Heck, his thump. I'd have been better off at work, wouldn't I?
Get off, you know you're enjoying yourself.
There we are. That's it.
I think so, yes. Oh, no, there was something else. Table tennis balls.
Now, there must be an answer to that, but I can't think of one at the moment.
Any road, I think you're out of luck. We haven't got any. Now, we've got a very nice line in big gobstoppers, if they're any use to you.
Well, that might be a very good idea with the noise that some of those kids make over there. Right.
Rita, they're under the counter down there.
Oh, sorry. Mavis been spring cleaning again.
All right, well, I better take the 2 boxes, because they're always getting squashed. There we are.
Well, it would, wouldn't they? I blame the government myself.
Yeah, well, why not? We blame them for everything else, don't we? Bye.
Yes, ta-ra.
Hello.
Can you change us that, please?
What for?
Small change, silver if you can spare it.
And if I can't?
Anything you can manage.
Oh, come here.
Oh, well, the tills, they seem to settle in all right then. Have they? I thought you'd have known. Oh, that reminds me while you're here. Do you think you could drop the lad's motorbike magazine off for me? He usually calls for it on his way to work, but he must have forgot to got up late. Got up late, you can depend on it. He wouldn't forget that rotten motorbike magazine if a flipping house fell on top of him.
Do I detect a note of discord across the path of true love?
You could say that, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
No reason why you should.
Is that why you were at the Gatsby last night, all on your own, son?
Not quite on my own, son.
No, I did notice.
Yeah, well, thanks for the change. See
You're
ya.
welcome. Ta-ra, love.
Oh, seem to put my foot in it good and proper.
Well, if you want my considered, unbiased opinion, yes, you have.
Weatherford 8825. Oh, hello, Paul. Tired, do I? No, not really. Oh, it sounds great. Hope you have a good time. No, Paul, I don't want to go tonight. No, not tomorrow either. Paul, I've had enough of it. The late nights, the bright lights. It's not my scene anymore. Yeah, I know we've had some good times together. I'm not being silly, Paul. No, I won't change my mind. Listen, Paul, I've begun to see myself differently. And I don't like what I see. Yeah, so ta-ra, Paul, and thanks for everything.
Right, you reckon you can manage now then, eh?
Safe as the Titanic. Stop worrying. Make you old before your time.
All right, if you want anything, just give us a ring, eh?
I'm not totally useless, you know. That is a popular misconception put about by people to damage my character.
I'll see you down the yard.
Right.
£4.56.5. Bet wouldn't like that. I bet they'd have got more for me.
Well, that all depends now, Frederick, doesn't it?
Aye, on what?
On how much they're charging per pound.
Hey, just watch it, sunshine. This is all muscles, you know.
Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, I believe. Well, it could be. I'm doing all these traits
Hey,
about
has he
that,
been
couldn't
in? Who's that then, Stan? The king of the carburetors or the Queen Mother?
Eddie Yates.
Oh, aye, some of us have to graft, you know.
Well, I'm entitled to a dinner break, aren't I?
Oh, well, maybe he's found under the water, you know, eh?
Ah, typical, isn't it? A few quid in his pocket. Doesn't know where his mates are.
Where's my dad then?
He's having the kip, isn't he? He's worn out thinking about getting us hand in that house.
Those pies are they?
Are they hot? It says so, doesn't it?
Give us a call, please. Yeah. You have one, ma'am.
No, thanks. We'll have something we'd have later on. Hello. Hello. Hey, up. Who let you out?
It's this new idea they've got over there to make us feel grateful to the bosses and increase in productivity. It's called us dinner hour.
It's not that time already, is it? By heck, hasn't it flown this morning? Got everything in now, have you? I hope so, kid, but it's going to take me a month to find it all.
There you go.
Why, them pies smell good.
Hey, they do.
What do you want? One apiece?
Aye.
What's up with you? Hey, take no notice on him, kid. He's unlucky in love, isn't he?
Oh, you should have said I'm not doing out tonight.
What are you drinking?
No, we'll get us all.
Don't be daft, it's a shout.
Oh, well, if you've nobody else to spend your money on.
Oh, talk at devil.
I'm not gooseberrying, am I?
Well, would it make any difference if you were? Take the weight off your feet, love.
Yeah, fruit juice, please.
I should have thought you'd have found somebody more interesting to talk to.
Oh, aye?
Yes, not a million miles from here. And 10 times more your type.
It's not me that ain't speaking.
Oh, you could have fooled me.
Yes, Squire.
Fruit juice, please. Orange, I think, is for Gail.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Hey, Brian will get that.
Ah, that's all right.
No, honest, he wants to.
Well, if you insist.
I never said a word.
You didn't have to, love. Them big, sexy eyes of yours said it all for you.
Leave off, will ya?
He's definitely got it bad, hasn't he?
He's like a sick tomcat. He's been like it for days. Well, what are you going to do about it? There's nothing I can do about it, is there? Oh, you can't let yourself go off rails like that. I mean, just think if it were you, what you'd want. I'd want people like you to mind your own business, wouldn't I? You're only saying that because you mean it. Hang on a bit. Where are you going? Hey, there's a fella over there wants to word with you.
Well, why don't he come himself? His legs haven't dropped off, have they?
Not that I've noticed. He did say in private.
Don't mind us.
Well,
He knows where he can find me.
right, I'll tell him. What are you up to, you? Trying to put a bit of happiness back into your life. Hey, you know that Gail Cossey?
What about her?
Well, she just said, like, if you've got a minute, she'd like to word with you.
She said that?
Would I tell a lie?
Hello.
Hello, Brian. Well, what is it you wanted?
Me?
Yeah? I thought you wanted to talk to me.
That Viva Flaming Duckworth.
I see.
Come on, let's get out of the danger zone if you're going to scratch each other's eyes out. Come on, love.
You don't have to stop if you don't want to.
But I do. I do want to talk to you. To say I was sorry. I would have before, even not give us a chance, have you?
I don't suppose I have, no.
Any road, I am sorry. I didn't want to have a row with you.
Neither did I.
Look, I've not got long now. I'll pick you up from work.
If your motorbike don't break down.
I'll be there. If I've got to hop on one leg, I'll be there.
Good afternoon, Mrs. I've been up on next door's roof, next door this way, repairing it, like, and I happened to notice that you could be in for a spot of bother.
Bother? How do you mean?
Well, slates, you've got one or two gone, you know. Only it's a lot of wind in February, you know.
Well, we hadn't noticed.
No, well, of course you wouldn't, would you? I mean, you've got no cause to look up, have you? That's where you're lucky I was up there. We can actually do the job before it gets any worse. Only I might be able to fit you in, you know. Oh, I'm dead cheap and all. Only I've got all my gear with me, you see.
It's certainly lucky you spotted it, Mr.
Yates. Yates and Fairclough. Yes, well, that's what we're here for, isn't it? To help each other through life's twisted paths.
And if you've naught better to do, you can drop these in and watch them spinning around at the laundrette. Did you hear what I said?
Something about the laundrette.
It is the height of bad manners to go on reading when somebody's talking to you. All right, why don't you get it off your chest?
There's nothing to get off my chest.
Oh, don't be so daft I wasn't born yesterday. It's something that happened last night, isn't it? Isn't it?
It's got nothing to do with you, Elsie.
I happen to think it's got everything to do with me. Everything. And while you're under my roof, I'm entitled to be treated with something like civility. Now, come on. I wasn't born yesterday. I might just be able to help you.
I don't think so.
Try me. What happened?
I told you, Gail got cold feet.
Yeah, I know about that. Not that. What happened to you?
Well, I set up a foursome with Paul and a mate of his. It was after she left.
What happened?
Paul's mate went up to the bar and picked up another girl just like that. Imagine what a right tart she was.
Yeah, I know. I know the type. I've seen them hanging around there. Well, what's that got to do with you?
Everything. Paul made it perfectly clear he rated me in exactly the same way. Couple of good time girls, out for a couple of drinks and we're anybody's. And there's me thinking I was something special. What made it worse, he didn't even notice he'd upset me. He rang me today and asked me to go out with him tonight like nothing had happened, not a word about last night. Just a click of his fingers and I'd be there. Good old Susie, bit of a giggle.
What did you tell him?
I told him to forget it.
You're learning.
I seem to do nothing else these days, Elsie. Look at me, my whole life's a flaming mess. I can't meet a decent fella, I can't get a decent job. Oh, Elsie, what have I got to look forward to?
What have you got to look forward to? Only your own flaming life to look forward to. And I'll tell you something else as well. You've got to take a few hard knocks in this world before you appreciate the things that are worthwhile. And I know what I'm talking about, love. And I'll tell you something else I know. You're getting all the hard knocks done and over with while you're young. I wish to heck I had. And I'll tell you something else. If it had been my two I'd been talking to sitting here, they wouldn't have been getting tea and sympathy. It'd have been a clout round the ear hole they'd be getting. Stop to think.
Frequently.
No, I mean about... Oh, well, I hardly like to say it.
Suit you tell.
No, I was just looking at these records that started me off, and I just wondered if you'd ever regretted not taking your singing more seriously.
I do take it seriously.
No, I mean when you were younger, like.
Mavis, what are you trying to say?
Well, we're looking at these record covers. And, well, I mean, I've heard you sing, and you're really not bad at all. Well, you're quite good, in fact. And I just wondered if you'd ever regretted not taking your singing more seriously when you were younger, like. 'Cause, I mean, if you had, well, you might have been on one of these record covers now. Ooh, just think of it.
I have.
Really?
Really. And I come to the conclusion I make more money selling them than making them.
Ah, well, maybe you could now. Just think what might have been.
How do you mean? What might have been?
Well, I mean, you could have been somebody now, couldn't you?
I'd change the record if I were you, Mavis, while you're still winning.
Well, you could. You could have been driving round in a big Rolls Royce now, and instead of just, well, just married to, you know.
No, we don't. Tell us.
Sorry, Mr. Fairclough, I didn't know you were here.
Making a habit of opening your big gob today, aren't we, Riley?
Well, you might have said.
What, and spoil all your fun? Now, Lord and Master, what can I do for you?
Give us a couple of packets of spuggy, will you, love?
Right.
I'm one of those little cash boots, like the one I carry around in my pocket.
Okay.
All right for some people.
I take it you're talking about me, Stanley?
Ah, the organ grinder. Your monkey's on a roof in Garibaldi Street.
That's right, Mrs. Watson's.
Well, he wasn't on Mrs. Watson's when I saw him.
Well, he should be.
He was on Mrs. Sims.
Mrs. Sims?
Next door.
No, I've only just left him, Stanley. When I left him, he was on top of Mrs. Watson's.
He's not there now. I know those houses like the back of my hand. They're good payers. And I can always count on a cup of tea at Mrs. Sims.
I'll see you later.
You've got to learn how to handle that fella. He's not a member of the human race.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Yates.
Thanks very much, Mr. Yates.
Happy to oblige, Mrs. Sims. Could you tell me something?
What's that, Mr. Yates?
The lady next door, what's her name?
This side, you mean, Mrs. Fox?
Oh, right. Only, it's a funny thing, but she's got exactly the same trouble.
No slates?
Exactly the same.
Well, perhaps you could mention it to her. I'm sure she'd be ever so grateful.
Oh, I will, yeah. Anyway, cheerio.
What the hell do you think you're playing at? Stan Ogden just said he's seen you up on that roof.
Oh, he's right.
Are you daft or what?
Now then, Leonard, remember your condition.
Never mind, it's your condition you should be worried about, not mine.
Now, is that any way to speak to a fellow who's been busy lining your pockets?
What do you want about?
Well, when I was doing Mrs. Watson's, I noticed that this house next door needed doing. So I did that and all.
You've done this as well?
Yeah. Not only that, I've got another one lined up for tomorrow morning.
Hey, what a difference this artificial lighting makes, doesn't it?
It makes it a lot warmer, doesn't it, Kate?
Oh, more cosy. I were thinking smaller. I think it's because you've got your curtains pulled. Still, I mean, you could always put a big mirror over that wall. You want to see your face?
I'll throttle you in a minute, lady.
No, honestly, it's very nice.
Here, man.
What, do we have to?
Come on, but you do. You know it's a special occasion.
Well, you know it always gives me a headache. Look, can't I have a can?
Oh, go on, Ivy. Let him have what he wants. It is his house and all. Go on, you don't half lower tone.
It's our love. I'll tell you what, I'll sup it slower. Cheers.
Cheers! Hang on. It's supposed to be an official christening, this.
Yeah, come on, speech.
Go on, then.
Oh, you do it. I don't know what to say.
Well, we'd both like to wish you much happiness in your new home. And we hope it turns out as happy as Inkerman Street was.
Yeah, and that goes for me as well.
Oh, that's very nice of you both. Hey, love.
Yeah, it is very nice. Thanks, Vera.
Now, what's up with you?
Oh, leave her alone, Bert. It is a big strain moving.
Well, I mean, that were a good house, wasn't it, Inkerman Street?
Well, it was you that wanted to move, love.
Well, I know it wasn't. I mean, I'm happy here now, but I mean, we had some good times there, didn't we? It's like saying Taraj will part of your life, isn't it?
Well, I'm sure this will be an all, Ivy. Look, if you don't like it after 6 months, you can always give it to us. How does that suit?
Come on, Ivy, it's supposed to be a happy occasion, this.
Ah, come on, cheer up. I'll tell you what, we'll slip our coats on, nip down to Rovers for one, eh?
Rovers? After all the trouble I've taken, what, to christen my new house? I'll give you Rovers, Bert Tilsley. Look, tonight you'll enjoy yourself, and you'll enjoy yourself in here. So sup up, shut up, else I'll break your flipping arm.
You know, I couldn't get used to working nights myself.
It's not the working that gets you down, it's the hanging about in between.
How long have you been driving the taxis?
Too long for my liking.
Here we are. You did say coffee, didn't you?
Lovely.
And if it's not a cheeky answer, what have you been doing too long for your liking?
I asked him how long he'd been driving taxis.
Oh, that.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing, except it seems to be a question that only the very young ask these days. And you see, when you get to our age, time doesn't seem to make any difference anymore. See, it's a fair bet that whatever you're doing now, you'll still be doing when you get put out to grass.
Not this, Kitty, I can assure you.
Oh,
I mean it, Elsie.
you give up taxi driving, give up.
Why not?
Well, because you're like me, you're too long in the tooth to change your spots. You know, if you give up taxi driving, you'd be wandering around like a lost soul within a week.
Is that so? Well, that shows what a rotten judge of character you were, doesn't it?
Mop it, Ron, you'd be driving that taxi down to the post office to draw your pension.
Maybe you'll believe it when you see it. With your own eyes. And you won't have too long to wait. Thanks for the flask.
Be careful.
Seen you.
See ya. You came on a bit strong, didn't you?
Can you really see him giving up cab driving? Not unless they bring back horse trams.
Don't think he was joking myself.
Get the full facts from the street in Coronation Street Omnibus on Sunday at 5. Next tonight, 3 chances to choose the right one in Blind Date.